Okay. All right. We're back in the forest. Well, can't even call it forest because it's like tops 4 acres big. But, we're back. It's been a rainy day, foggy day too. I went into work late, so today's just been an amazing little hassle. But you know what? We're here. It is Thursday. I thought it was Friday for a minute, but it's Thursday. And yeah, I'm just going to try and make a nice little video since I got off early today. Not for a bad reason, but you know, this is the only angle that I look good in this camera. Every other angle I've tried to make, I look tiny, and looking tiny is not really my thing. But here's just some visual evidence of why I'm a credible source. I'm very white. I don't tan well because I'm mostly Irish, so you don't get too much definition, but you get just enough to get the gist of it. You know, I got a lot of my muscle from wrestling in my upper body, so some of you might be able to tell that, especially in the proportion of my shoulders to my. Why can't I think of the name of it? I'm having a brain fart. To my lats. It's just a quick little cut off with slightly skinnier arms. That's usually a wrestler kind of build. But, I'm stuck with it. After 3 years of wrestling, it's kind of the only way I can really look. Because, being natural, you can only put on so much muscle mass on a bulk in proportion to your height and your genetics and all that. Because adding creatine onto that, I'm about at my max. My max is about 230 pounds of mostly muscle. Obviously, you gotta take into account fat, bone, all that other stuff, but mostly muscle. You know, take it all off, I'm probably 140 pounds, maybe something like that. So significant, but the lighting is terrible. Granted, I have trees up there, and it's a cloudy day, so make do. I don't really have an idea for what I'm doing in this video. It's more or less just me finding a reason to make a video. So, I guess we'll find out what happens. We'll see what happens. It's really whatever I can make happen because I was already here yesterday. I showed you guys literally all the interesting things that I can legally show you without going into someone's backyard. Because literally 20 feet that way, more like 50 feet, is someone's backyard. And I don't feel like getting arrested today. I've already had my close calls with that. But yeah, right now it's kind of just because my camera's set up on a tree right now, so I'm making do. But I guess I don't know. We'll make something happen. Kind of just been fucking around with dead trees. Today, on my little workout regiment, that's disgusting. It's supposed to be core and cardio, and maybe some calves because you got to train calves a lot. They're a very stubborn muscle. Um, yeah, I'll try and make a video or a clip out of that, but knowing the gym, there's no promises. They're very mean. They're big bullies, but I don't want to get my membership canceled because every other gym out here is, quite frankly, bad. It sucks, and I don't really want to deal with that because I get all the equipment I want in my gym. But so that's the gist of what I'm doing today. Let me know how you're doing in the comments, though. I'd love to hear it. I want you guys to start interacting with my videos as I post more because I said so, and that's a good enough reason to interact. But yeah, I guess as to that, I'm gonna find something interesting for you guys. So that's gonna be the end of this little clip. This really weird intro clip, as you could say. But that's gonna be the end of this clip. I'll see you guys in a minute when I find something that might pique your interest. So I'll be right back. There we go. Alright. So I didn't find anything interesting. It's a day later, plus like 4, because I got busy. We all do. But this town has nothing interesting in it. That's just the way it is, being in a small town, especially later in the season. But it is what it is. I just stopped by the dollar store to get a Coke, and now I'm back in the woods. But I thought, hey, if I can't find something interesting to show you guys, I can at least say something interesting for you guys. If I even worded that correctly. Doesn't make a difference though. I think I'm going to talk to you about kind of my viewpoint on lifting and just bodybuilding in general. I'm not. There was a point. Okay, so in high school is when I started. And I started because I was getting bullied. You know, kind of average fitness journey story kind of thing. You got bullied, you get big, people get scared of you, you're not bullied anymore. That's about the gist of it. But started in high school and I was on and off, you know. And then I got really serious about it once I actually got like into it. Once I started getting stronger and seeing what my body was capable of and how faster I was growing than everyone else. I started eating 400 grams of protein a day, about 6 days a week. I would eat 400 grams of protein a day. Every summer, I gained about 20 pounds, up to 30 pounds one summer. That was from my 9th grade to my 10th grade year. I actually gained 30 pounds. Was it all muscle? No, not at all. But it was probably mostly fat. Because, when you start bulking and you're not used to eating all that food, your body's like, okay, you know what? It's time to get chubby. And that's just what happened. I got chubby, but I got big. And there's no way to hang this up. I'm gonna hang it up on the tree. Wow. I'm a genius. Now, those summers where I gained upwards of 20, 30 pounds, I ate an inhumane amount of supplements that you could buy on Amazon. I would work out 5 days a week. Just really the most basic split you can have. I think it was, Monday was chest, Tuesday was nothing, Wednesday was back and biceps, and then Friday was legs. That was it. But the days in between, I would just go in and I guess, tone my other muscles by doing cardio for them, like my forearms, my traps, all that stuff. But it was honestly a very shitty style of lifting. What the hell was it? I might get beat up here soon, but it was a very shitty style of lifting. But as I progressed and I got older and more well versed in the world of lifting, I started seeing it a different way. I got introduced to Mike Menser and seeing his style of lifting, and that's what I'm taking up now. And quite frankly, I think I'm the biggest I've ever been muscle wise. You know, previous to what I am now, I was mostly fat, so I'd say it's a pretty good difference. But as of recently, the way I look at lifting is, Mike, you push as hard as you can, but not for too many sets. You warm up obviously, so you don't rip your pecs out of their spots. You don't detach every muscle on your first or second set. But you know, you warm up and you go as heavy as you can for as long as you can. At least I do around 2 sets till failure, and then that's it. Because I don't have the money to eat a lot of protein, so therefore I don't have the time to work out as hard per se. If I ever buy roids, which I probably someday will, I'm on track for it, then I'm definitely gonna spend at least another $1,000 or so a month on food. And then my entire outview on lifting is gonna change because I'm gonna go from the top of the natty mountain to the bottom of the roid mountain, if that makes sense. Because the top of one mountain is just the bottom of another. You think you've done all that, but in reality you're not up here. You're down here. You got to get way up here, like way up here, like way in the fucking stars, if you even want to consider getting any better, to the point where you're noticeable. But you know, as of right now, in my situation in life, lifting is my only escape for stress. But I can only do it so often because I have to work and I have to get my life on track, just like many of you out there. But the bottle just jizzed all over me. As of now, I'm not too serious about it. I try and be, but sometimes I just don't have the time for it. I still go about 4 or 5 days a week. I go hard. I'll bring a half gallon of eggnog in there. I'll finish it all in there. That's about 64 grams of protein because 8 grams per 8 servings. So 8 times 8, that's 64, basic math. I like to space it out. Take a few gulps every set, you know. And obviously that protein isn't going to be processed until after the workout. It has to go through your body and actually get into your intestines before it can really start absorbing anything. And then the meals that you eat after it just overlaps past when the food you ate during the workout's already processed. Which is kind of the value of a pre-workout meal, because then your body's recovering during the process. But you know, my view on lifting: do it as much as you can, but not so much so that your body can't recover. You know, go hard, make your veins pop out of your neck. You're pushing so hard. Don't be that guy that says this is too hard. I'm exhausted. I don't want to do this anymore. Because those kind of guys, you look at them in the gym and they have no definition. They're small. They're disproportionate. And quite frankly, their physique is shit. And I'm not saying my physique is god tier. It's far from it. You know? But at least I don't weasel my way out of a hard workout. Granted, I prefer higher weights for less reps because I'm trying to build mass, not endurance. You know? When it comes to cutting and doing low weight high reps, then yeah, there may be a time or two that I weasel out. And I'm very ashamed of that at the end of the day, as you should be. You know? People will tell you don't be ashamed about yourself. No, be hard on yourself. Be ashamed. It's able to happen for a reason. You know, if you're not going your absolute hardest, you obviously don't want it enough. Everyone has their reasons. No matter how big or small, regardless of it, there's still reasons. And if you care that much about them, then you're gonna do it. And if you don't do it, then you obviously don't care that much about it. So that's just kind of my very basic premise. I'm still new to the whole talking about topics stuff. So I veer off, but you get my general point of it. You know? but just don't be that guy. Just don't give up. Because if you give up, then you're never going to be anything in life. You know? You never see millionaires that gave up halfway through everything they ever did in life. That's just not a thing that happens. You know, you don't see millionaires that don't know anybody either. You can't do it alone. You can get far. You can get pretty damn far alone. But you can't do it alone. You can never walk the full distance on your own. You know, there will be a river to cross. Metaphorically. Someone might have a ferry. You're not just going to jump into the water. It might carry you away. You might drown. Something might happen. Is it possible? 100% possible. You cross that river, you know, perfectly fine. Maybe a little damaged. But mostly fine. Or you take the help of the man that can help you, make a connection, and you cross that river unscathed. Nothing wrong. And now you know someone that can help you in the future. You know, that can help you get back over that river, should that time ever come. You know, I'm rambling. I'm not the best of talkers, but you know, I say it how I know how to say it best. I wasn't born yesterday. I know what happens with people. You'll say, "Oh, I want this. You know, I want this bad," and it's happened to everybody I've ever lifted with. Because now I'm gonna get passionate about it. I'll lift with somebody, and they'll see me. They're like, "Dude, are you on steroids?" No, I'm not on steroids. That's all I've ever been to the kids at my school, is the guy on steroids when I've never even touched him. You know, because I know what I'm talking about and I know what I'm doing. They're like, "Dude, I want to lift with you. I want to get big." And it's like, okay, I'll help you. I'll literally lift with you. Or you lift with me, you know, vice versa. Whatever works. And I'll do it, and I'll do it. And I'll tell them, hey, you got to do this. You got to do that. Stop doing biceps when it's chest and shoulders, you know? And they're like, "No, dude, it's fine. It's fine." It's like, no, it's not fine. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. If you want to be like me, why aren't you doing what I'm doing, you know? Just popping some ashwagandha quick. It's like some people have the nerve to say, "I want to be like you," or "I want to be like this or that," and then they don't even put in the work. They don't listen to you. They don't do what they're supposed to. It makes no sense to me. Because, quite frankly, it's insulting. Not to me. I don't give half a damn. But it's insulting to them, to their character. Because how can you sit there and say that you want to be all that, but you can't even take the first step? You know, you trip over your own feet, just trying to figure out which turn to make. You know, you make double takes at every action you do, thinking they're right when they're wrong. It makes no sense to me. But I guess that's just people. I'm rambling, but it is what it is. I'm going to try and make some more entertaining videos in the near future. I have some stuff that's up and coming, opportunities, so I'll definitely make videos of that. But in the meantime, I'm going to stop rambling about stuff that most people don't really care about, and I'll let you guys get on your way. You have an amazing day, and I'm going to take my phone off of this tree before it falls, and then I don't have a phone anymore. But that was me rambling to finish off the video, and holy shit, I didn't realize that was 14 minutes. So yeah, rambling for What I thought was 5 minutes turned into 15, just about in about 10 seconds. So, you guys have a good day, and yeah, later.